Uh, so let me go on to the next slide. Um, Anything that interferes with the learning, okay, what I had planned to teach and what the students are expected to be learning. Something happens unexpectedly. That's a classroom disruption. It need not be coming from the students. It can even be coming from myself. My phone rings. That's a disruption. Or maybe I fall sick. Or maybe I suddenly lose my voice. Well, that may not be so sudden, but there are an innumerable number of possible interruptions and disruptions that can happen in our classrooms. So that's the definition there. Whether intended or unintended, whether it's humans, the source is human or non human. The minor disruptions we are already aware of. Maybe I have had a class where students really complained about the work I was giving them. Oh, we don't have enough time. Oh, we have other assignments. Quite annoying, eh? When students tell you that they have other assignments, as if yours is the by the way, eh? They have other assignments. This can also happen on the timetable. Some suddenly students tell you, no, we have another class. We have something else. And immediately you know that you are lower down the priority because yours is the alternative. Yours is the one that needs to be cancelled. And you feel like telling them, kwendeni huko, just go, go and tell the other lecturer or whoever is in charge that you have another session. Well, anyway, those are minor disruptions. Minor is a very relative word, but it could be major because that could be the day you're having your cut. And maybe you don't have another time. Maybe you're going away on research or I don't know where, and the students suddenly tell you they are unavailable. And then students discussing things which have nothing to do with what they are learning. You've assigned them a particular activity or you're doing a Q&A, and they ask you questions which are totally off topic or irrelevant or unexpected. That's an example. Inappropriate language, derogatory comments. Just yesterday, one of the lecturers was telling me she was in an online class and one of the students said something so outrageous, used such horrible language, unbelievable. Okay. And that could happen. Okay. Uh, these are minor disruptions in the sense that they don't necessarily threaten the final learning outcomes necessarily. They could go out of hand, escalate, in which case then they become major disruptions. So how do we deal with that? There is this YouTube video which you can find online. Stony Brook University is a public university in New York. They're quite famous for pedagogy, for teaching and learning, and they put out very interesting stuff out on some of their sessions. And they are describing here in this very short video that I want to show you a minor disruption, very typical minor disruption, and how the lecturer reacted. And the idea is we think about it a bit and see whether that helps us a bit. The lady on the left of your screen is distracted. She's dozing. She actually falls asleep during the clip. Her phone rings and so on. The two ladies at the back, this is quite common, I think, with our students. They're chatting happily. Then there is this one student here who's taking notes, and she's the only one here who probably is interested in what you're teaching. Eh? Let's see what happens.
Good afternoon, class. Yesterday we spoke of animal cells. Today we're going to talk about plant cells instead. So the first thing that we spoke about actually was the cell wall. Yesterday we spoke about cell membrane. Today we're going to talk about the cell wall. What the cell wall does for the plant is that it protects it from any sort of outside forces. Inside the cell,
Excuse me,
we have the
Professor,
cell
can you please
nucleus.
repeat what you just said?
Yes, Julia. If you could just shut your phone off, please. And also, girls in the back, hold your conversations till later.
Okay, so you notice what she did right there. Her tone went down. She explained something about, could you please keep your phone off? And girls at the back, could you stop discussing whatever you're discussing? And then this doesn't sound authoritative enough. It could work in circumstances where you just have a few students, or your students are not really bent on disrupting your class. But this isn't very, very good. And then what you're going to see next is the opposite of that.
So also in the plant cell, we have the cell nucleus. Okay, it's that circular structure that's smack dab in the middle of the cell. What the cell nucleus does is that it controls any sort of function of the cell, controls replication, any other activities that the cell may undergo.
Professor, can you say that again?
Yes, excuse me, you have to shut your phone off right now. And if you don't want to, you can get out of my class. Girls in the back, just stop talking. Okay, I've had it. I've had enough right now.
So that's extreme. So the lecturer is displaying emotion. Okay, she's angry. That's normal. It's normal to be angry. But the idea is that that is not the best approach. And the best approach is somewhere in between those two. Let's watch.
Okay, so moving along, we also have this larger green structure in the plant cell. What this structure is called, it's the vacuole. The vacuole collects any sort of excess water that's in the cell. It also collects any sort of waste materials. In the upper part, you have the chloroplast. The chloroplast is green in color.
I'm
Okay.
sorry, Professor, I didn't hear what you said.
Yes, Christine, you're gonna have to get up and walk, start that adrenaline running throughout your body because you keep on falling asleep. Also, please shut up your phone, okay? Girls in the back, you're going to have to keep your conversations to the end of class. I'm trying to teach you. There's a lot of distractions and no one's learning. So if we just put all those distractions away, then we can continue learning the lesson. So moving along here, the chloroplast.
I don't know if you noticed what happened there. She's calm, she's self-controlled, but firm, quite firm, authoritative. Did you notice that she called out the name Christine? Okay. When you call out the names of the students, they are more likely to respect your authority. Call them out by name. Apart from them respecting your authority, is you remove them from the anonymity of the crowd. When people are in the anonymity of the crowd, they misbehave more easily. They are more disruptive. Mob behavior is supported by anonymity. Call them by their name. Christine, I think you need to get up and take a walk around because you're falling asleep. Notice that she provides a solution to the problem. Instead of just, what are you doing? Stop what you're doing. Instead, she points at the problem and offers a solution. Could you kindly maybe go out for some fresh air or something? Okay, and shut down your phone. So this is a very, very good example of how to react to minor disruptions in class. Of course, there's quite a bit we could say about this, and we have a landing page. CTE has produced a landing page for you to read further on this. But let me go on.